In this video tutorial I will be demonstrating you how to knit sock with rolled stitch pattern and cable stitch pattern. As you can see, there is rolled stitch pattern in the upper part of the sock. This sock is made on 2 knitting needles with no seams. We will begin the work from the instep part, continue working with sole. After that I'm gonna to knit heel part of the sock. As you know, the heel part is worn out more earlier than other parts of the sock, so you can make new one. The size of the sock 38 to 39. How to make other size I will tell you later. For work you need a ball of yarn, knitting circular needles, cable needle, measuring tape, and scissors. Let's get started knitting. Cast on 34 stitches onto the 2 knitting needles by classic method. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Continue till you will get 34 stitches. I have done 34 stitches. Begin one by one rib. Slip the first H stitch purlwise, make purl 1 and knit 1, 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 purl 1, knit 1, purl 1 and knit 1 till the end of this row. I'm about to complete this row. Purl and knit and purl the last one. Row 1 is made. Turn the work. This is wrong side. Slip the first H stitch purlwise. I will knit knits and purl the purls in this row. Purl and knit, purl and knit, purl and knit. Knit the knits and purl the purls till the end of this row. We need to do in this way 9 rows. I have done 9 rows. Let's count by H stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work. I did the last 9s that was on the right side of the stockinette. Turn the work. I will knit rolled stitch pattern in row 10. Slip the first H stitch, purl, next stitch, and I will count from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I pick this stitch up. Now slip this stitch onto the main needle and knit 2 stitches together through the back loop. Then purl next stitch. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick this stitch up and knit this stitch together into the back leg. Purl the next stitch. I will count from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick this stitch up. Knit 2 together into the back leg, purl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pick this stitch up and knit 2 together into the back leg. Here is our pattern. Keep working in this way till the end of this row. I completed row 11. Here how rolled stitch pattern looks like. This pattern will repeat each 10 rows. This pattern will repeat 10 rows. I will mark the previous H stitch. From the row we need to count 9 rows and repeat the rolled stitch pattern. Next I'm going to knit 1 by 1 rib, 9 rows. I did 9 rows. I marked the H stitch of the first row. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the work. Slip the first H stitch purlwise. Purl the next stitch and I will count from the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I pick the 5th stitch up. Now slip this stitch onto the main needle and knit 2 together into the back leg. Then purl the next stitch and let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick this stitch up and knit 2 together. Purl the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick this stitch up. Knit 2 together. Purl the next stitch. Here how it looks so far. Continue working in this way till the end of this row. I repeat this pattern twice and I mark the previous row. I will repeat rolled stitch pattern one more time. In total it should be 3 times. Continue working by yourself. Here how it looks at this point. Now I show you how this pattern looks in the ready sock. I repeat 3 times this pattern. If you would like the higher leg of the sock, you should make more rows this pattern. Then I will add 11 stitches by the both sides. I'm going to add stitches for the instep part. Turn the work. We need to cast on 10 stitches onto the working needle. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have done 10 stitches. Turn the work. I will add the last stitch to the right needle. Continue knitting. Knit 1 and purl 1. 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 Purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1 and knit 1. Continue doing this till the end of this row. Make knit 1 and purl 1. I will add 11 stitches on this side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have done 10 stitches and add the last one to the right needle, like this. Now knit 1 and purl 1. Knit 1 and purl 1. knit 1 and purl 1, 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 knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Continue working in this way till the end of this row. I will knit 9 rows. I did 9 rows. Now I will repeat rolled stitch pattern on the central 32 stitches. Turn the work. Slip the first 8 stitch purlwise. Knit and purl, 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 knit. I will knit and purl across these 11 stitches. Let's make rolled stitch pattern. Purl, then pick the 5th stitch up, knit 2 together, purl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pick the stitch up and knit 2 together into the back leg, purl. The last 11 stitches I will be making 1 by 1 rib. I remind you, I have done rolled stitch pattern only on the center 32 stitches. Then I did 11 stitches in this way, as I made 11 stitches of knit and purl. Turn the work. Slip the first 8 stitch purlwise, then knit purl, knit and purl, knit and purl, knit and purl, knit and purl, knit. It was 1 by 1 rib on 11 stitches. Now I will make a cable stitch pattern on the center 32 stitches. For this, purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knit 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Purl 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Knit 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 11 stitches of the 1 by 1 rib. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and purl the last one. It was the front side of the work. Then knit the knits and purl the purls across the next row. I did 2 rows, 1 row of reverse side and right side. So I will make 3, 4, 5, 6 row. In this way, knit the knits and purl the purls across the row. The next row will be a row of cable stitch pattern. Slip the first 8 stitch purlwise. These 11 stitches will be made knit the knits and purl the purls. To work the cable, we need to use cable needle. Slip the next 4 stitches onto the cable needle and hold them at back of your work. Knit 4 from the main needle, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and knit 4 stitches from the cable needle, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Purl 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I will cross next 8 stitches in this way. Continue, bring the next 4 stitches onto the cable needle. At this time, hold them down at front of your knitting. Knit next 4 stitches, and we need to knit 4 stitches from the cable needle. We have done the cable stitch pattern. You should do this. Knit the knits and purl the purls. And next row I'm going to knit the knits and purl the purls across the row. I did 2 rows, 1 row of reverse side and 1 row of right side. Both rows was knitted, then knit the knits and purl the purls across the row. I made 8 rows in the cable stitch pattern. The pattern will repeat each 8 rows. I repeat from the first row. I mark the previous row. Now I'm beginning the crease from this row. Knit the knits and purl the purls across the 11 stitches. They are before and after cable in the row. I'm making the crease in the group of the purls. Purl 2 together, purl 2, 1, 2, purl 2 together. Then knit 8, purl 4, and knit 8. And make the crease after the cable. Purl 2 together, purl 2 and purl 2 together. Knit the knits and purl the purls across 11 stitches. And next row I'm going to knit the knits and purl the purls across the row. Purl the last one. I did the row of reverse side. Continue making the crease before and after the cable in this row. As you see, I have done 11 stitches of 1 by 1 rib. Purl 2 together and purl 2 together next 2 stitches. And knit 8, purl 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and knit 8. Then purl 2 together and purl 2 together. Knit the knits and purl the purls across 11 stitches. Next row I'm going to knit the knits and purl the purls. As usual, I completed the row of right and reverse sides. I will make the crease before and after cable stitch pattern. Slip the first H stitch purlwise, knit 2 together, then purl 2, then 1 by 1 rib, knit and purl across the 11 stitches, purl 2 together, then purl 2, then knit 8, purl 4, and knit 8. Purl 2 together, then 1 by 1 rib, knit the knits and purl the purls. These two knit 2 together and purl the last one. We decrease 4 stitches, knit the knits and purl the purls across the next row. Continue the work. I remind you I marked the row where I did the acrylic stitches. I did the cable stitch pattern. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. This will be the 7th row. Each H stitch is 2 rows. It is going to be a cable. Slip the first H stitch on the beginning. Knit 2 together. Then knit knits, purl the purls. These 2 stitches knit 2 together. And to work the cable, we need to use a cable needle. Slip the next 4 stitches onto the cable needle. Hold them at the back of your work. Knit for the main needle. Then knit 4 stitches from the cable needle. Then purl 4. I will cross next 8 stitches in this way. Continue, bring the next 4 stitches onto the cable needle and hold them down at the front of your work. And knit next 4 stitches from the main needle. I will bring them back onto the main needle and knit 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have done the cable stitch pattern. Now purl 2 together, 1 by 1 rib, knit the knits and purl the purls. Purl 2 together and purl the last one. Continue the work. As you see, I decrease 4 stitches in each row. I make decrease after H stitch and before the cable, after the cable and before the second H stitch. Continue the work till you remain 3 stitches of 1 by 1 rib on the main needle by the both sides. I continue the work. I have 3 stitches of 1 by 1 rib on the main needle. Then I will decrease 2 stitches in each row. I will make decrease before and after H stitches. Slip the first H stitch purlwise, knit 2 together, then purl. In this row going to be a cable stitch. You should make by yourself in the same way as I showed you before. The second decrease I will make before the second H stitch. I did cross stitches, make purl, and knit 2 together into the front leg. Then purl the last H stitch. We still need to continue, then you need to continue make the grease on the 1 by 1 rib. After that I will make the grease on the stitches of the cable. I did the grease on the 1 by 1 rib. I'm going to make the grease on the stitches of the cable. I will knit the cross stitch on the 4 stitches instead of 8 stitches. Slip the first H stitch purlwise and knit 2 together. Then knit 1. Then slip the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle and hold them at the back of your work. Knit 2 from the main needle. Knit 2 stitches from the cable needle. Then purl 4. Bring the next 2 stitches onto the cable needle. At this time hold them down at the front of your knitting. Then knit 2 from the main needle. Now we need to knit 2 from the cable needle. 1 and 2. Knit 1. Knit 2 together into the front leg. And purl the last H stitch. Let's count the pair 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 18 stitches. Continue till you will remain 12 stitches onto the main needle. I finished the grease. I have 12 stitches onto the working needle. They need to make heel part. Now I show you how to change the size of the sock. From the point where we added the stitches till the end of the grease, the length of this piece of work is 18 centimeters. It will be for 38 to 39 size of the sock. If you have bigger size, so you need to make longer this part of the sock, so you should make the grease on 2 stitches instead of 4. If you have smaller size, so you need to make shorter this part of the sock, so you should make the grease on 6 stitches instead of 4. We have 12 stitches. The heel part will be made of reverse of stockinette. In this row will be made of all knit stitches. Slip the first H stitch purlwise. Knit all stitches into the front leg. And purl the last stitch. Turn the work. Begin the heel. I am making reverse of stockinette. Slip the first H stitch purlwise, purl all stitches. This is the H stitch. Then I am making joining from the second stitch. I will work with front leg of the H stitch. I skip the first H stitch and slip the second H stitch of the row to the working needle. And purl 2 together. We have just joined, turn the work. Slip the first H stitch purlwise. Knit all stitches. We slide last stitch to the main needle. This is 8 stitches and We skip the first H stitch and take the back leg of the second H stitch. Slide the first H stitch and knit 2 together. Turn the work. Slip the first H stitch purlwise and purl all stitches. Slide the H stitch. Turn the work. Skip the first H stitch. Take the back leg of the second H stitch. Slide the first H stitch and purl 2 together. Turn the work. Slip the first H stitch purlwise and knit all stitches. Slip the second H stitch, turn the work. Then skip the first H stitch and take the back leg of the second H stitch. Slip the first H stitch, knit 2 together. Turn the work. Let's repeat again. Slip the first H stitch, purl all stitches. Slide this stitch. Take the front leg of next stitch. Slide the first H stitch and purl 2 together. Turn the work. Slide first H stitch. Knit all stitches. Except the last one. Slide this stitch. Then take back leg of the next stitch. Slide the first stitch back. Knit 2 together. Let's look what we have done. Our swatch begin to fold. I will continue joining to all H stitches, and you should make by yourself. After that I will show you how to join added stitches. I have already joined all stitches of the swatch. Now I will attach the main swatch to the added stitches. Let's make the joining in this way. Slip the first H stitch purlwise, purl all stitches. Slide the last H stitch. Then take the front leg of the next stitch and purl 2 together. Turn the work. Slip the first H stitch and knit all stitches. Slide the last stitch onto the working needle, then skip the next stitch and take the back loop of the second H stitch. Slide back H stitch and knit 2 together. Turn the work. Slip the first H stitch purlwise, purl all stitches. Slide the last H stitch onto the working needle. Take the one leg of the H stitch, then slide back the first H stitch and pull 2 together. We have just joined. Slide the first H stitch, knit all stitches. Slide the H stitch to the main needle. Take the one leg of the H stitch, then slide back to the first H stitch and knit two together. I'm going to join all stitches in this way. I remind you, you need to attach to one leg of the stitch. Please be careful, you should have a hole by joining. You should continue by yourself till the rolled stitch pattern. I have done joining of the 1 by 1 rib. I have made the right side of the swatch of the stockinette. Slide the last H stitch onto the working needle. I take one loop and the second loop like this. Purl 3 together like this. Turn the work. Slide the first H stitch purlwise. Knit all stitches. Slide the last H stitch, take one loop, take the second loop, slide back H stitch and knit 3 together. Slide first H stitch purlwise and purl all stitches. Then slide the last H stitch. There are some H stitches between rolled stitch pattern. I will join it into these stitches 1, 2, 3 in this first rolled stitch pattern. Then I will attach into 2 loops in the second rolled stitch pattern. Continue knitting with 1 by 1 rib. I have done reverse of stockinette in 2 points. Then I knitted 1 by 1 rib. We need to bind off the stitches. Pull 2 together. Like this. Keep binding off in the same way until one loop remaining onto the working needle. That's it. We need to cut off the yarn. The work is finished. In this video tutorial you have seen how to knit sock with rolled stitch pattern and cable. The size of the sock 38 to 39. Thanks for watching. We are pleased to inform you that we have opened membership service on our website. Membership includes an access to the video tutorials which are published every week. Only at SharonKnitting.com and only for members. For more detailed information, please visit the membership page at SharonKnitting.com. Thanks for watching.